Ladies and gentlemen, even as there is a huge aspect of "I told you so" by the government of India targeting the opposition on platforms like Newsclick and Newswire, we've got mega exclusive big news break coming through at this point in time. Let us take you through what our group investigations editor and also group editor security Manoj Gupta has been able to get here on the right stand. It's a CNN News 18 mega exclusive. Top intelligence sources are saying this is China's bid to influence media operations in India. It is part of the Chinese Communist Party or the CCP using media as a tool to influence opinion, not just in India, but the world over. And they use it as part of their comprehensive national power. Anything and everything that can be used to increase Chinese might and Chinese presence and Chinese dominance across all spheres is something which is part and parcel or okay as part of the CCP strategy. As per intel sources, China via universities and other programs is actually spreading propaganda against our country, and several Chinese apps stand banned. And let us tell you a little more on this. And let's have a look at some of these details. The CCP is actually using media tools very, very aggressively. Let's try and understand this in greater detail. I'm going to walk across to our big wall here to explain this in greater detail for our viewers. The CCP is actually using media tools very, very aggressively. China using these tools aggressively. They're getting into and embedding themselves deep into the Indian sense and psyche, using media, and that too not national media but local media largely, is using media as a tool to push propaganda which favors them. It's attempting to influence opinion in the country and across the country. And after this, one new Indian newswire did a favorably scripted interview of the Chinese ambassador on Galwan clashes. And after that backlash, Prasar Bharati actually reviewed its relationship with this wire agency. Huge investments in news apps with more than 330 million monthly users also surfaced. There was an aggregator based in Hong Kong too. The Indian Army also banned several apps over suspicion. Another Chinese-funded Hong Kong-based app has almost 100 million users. And this was also banned by the government of India. Thereafter, remember at that time, a famous Chinese business house in association with 130 million users were also banned because they were trying to influence opinion even on the Galwan clashes, ladies and gentlemen. And that is a serious concern. China also finding major news outlets or funding news outlets for articles which are favorable to China. So there are journalists here who pocketed a lot of money for writing articles which would favor a narrative with a quote-unquote Chinese angle to it, targeting regional channels to create disturbance. This is the part where they're embedding themselves into the hinterland, into the language-speaking media and the people there, targeting regional channels, creating further disturbance and getting into languages like Marathi, Tamil, Punjabi, Assamese, Bengali, border state regions, Punjabi, and also in Urdu, and somewhere in Jammu and Kashmir and Ladakh, in those regions, influencing the media outlets there and in languages there. Imagine Chinese state radio being broadcast in Tamil, translated in Tamil, and being pushed in Tamil Nadu. Those are concerns which stand out. So what is this controversy all about? Let's try and understand this controversy. Why is China and why are China and Newsclick under the radar? Newsclick, it's a New York Times investigation. The allegations of money laundering. April 2018, defunct company part of the Singham network invested 9.59 crore into Newsclick at an artificially jacked up premium of 11,510 rupees per share. Then 27.51 crore was the money that was from Justice and Education Fund USA, which was again moved to Newsclick. So the links between Neville Roy Singham, who finances the Indian news website Newsclick, and the Communist Party of China also come to the fore. This, see, from G-Span, this is the amount of money, 26.898 lakh, nearly 27 lakhs, that came from GS-Pan and LLC USA. 49.31 lakh from the Tricontinental Limited Incorporated USA, that also went to Newsclick. and then 2.3 lakhs from Centro Popular Demidas in Brazil. See where all this money is being routed from. and 20.53 lakh from Newsclick to Bhima Koregaon. Bhima Koregaon, accused, was appointed as Newsclick's independent partner. So this is the India connection. Large sums of money were paid to journalists on company payroll. And what were they asked to do? They were asked to carry articles that were against the vein of the India narrative. This is what happened here. Now, Newsclick has also, in the meantime, responded to these allegations. And let's put out what their point of view is. Newsclick says at this point in time, the matter is sub judice and in front of the courts in India. And they claim that the allegations being made against them are misleading, unfounded, and without basis in fact or law. Newsclick claims that they are an independent news organization and that they don't function as a mouthpiece of the CCP or other interests. And this entire claim is false. This is what they are saying. But armed with the New York Times report, the government meanwhile slamming the Congress party, Union Minister Anurag Thakur saying the Congress stands with the Tukde gang and that the centre won't allow anti-India agenda to flourish. He went on to say that the Congress showed support for fake news as free news and was part of the Newsclick conspiracy. Escalating the attack further, Anurag Thakur and also Rajiv Chandrasekhar in that joint press conference going on to say that the Rajiv Gandhi Foundation was funded by China. So the China link, the Chinese patronage, the Chinese averment to the by the Congress party, all of these aspects being raised by the BJP.